Greetings. This is the Craftswoman, and we're going to be talking about black hair in the womb. We're going to be talking about what we put on our hair, how it actually affects our womb. So, it's actually a fact that now they're asking for anyone who has developed the C word who use chemical relaxers to call this number, contact these lawyers for a class action lawsuit. So, out of all the years that we have been perming our hair or relaxing our hair, now um, the damage has been done. So we have a lot of people who have lost their lives due to the C word, and it's because of the actual products that we've been putting on our hair. We actually should have known something with the fact that it tells you that you need to wear gloves to, use this product. But how many of us permed our hair with no gloves? I know I did so many times thinking that we real G and we really doing something, but we're actually contaminating ourselves and pretty much putting toxins directly into our bodies. So, and one of my friends who she's deceased now, but she was a hairstylist for so many years. She also always wore like blonde. Her hair was always blonde. I never saw her natural hair color. Her hair was always, it was short, it was natural. She would do twists, wear like a little afro, but it was always blonde. She had fibroids. She had womb issues to the point where she decided to get a hysterectomy. And she was saying that, when you were talking about, when I started talking about womb wellness and stuff, because I started to learn that fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, infertility, reoccurring miscarriages was a real big thing in our Black community. And she said that I think that the reason why I had fibroids and had to get a hysterectomy, well, I don't know about had to, but she got a hysterectomy because she used to perm hair, even though her hair was natural. She used to perm other people's hair with no gloves. So I'm going to give my backstory to like my womb issues and then my hair story. So I'm going to put my hair story with my womb issues together so that you can just know. If you don't know me by now, I'm a womb wellness specialist. I specialize in fertility, childbirth, specifically home birth. I love free birth, but home birth and lactation. So that's a little bit. I'm also an author of 5 books, The Dark Room Womb Redemption. And these books, if you could see right there at the top, but they're on my website, craftswoman.com, just so you can get, for those of you who are new to me, so you can learn a little bit more about why I'm even talking about this and what makes me somewhat of an expert, I guess you can say. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit. So I'm going to talk about the first time that I got chemicals put on my hair and what I believe caused my womb issues. So when I was about 9 years old, I remember I was in the third grade, and before this happened, my mother used to straighten our hair with the hot comb, straightening comb. I used to get the press and curl, the pressing. That's what they call the press on. So she said my hair was so bad. It was just, she just could not handle it. She just couldn't deal with it. I had bad hair. My hair was so nappy from what she said. And she needed to put some type of chemicals on my hair. So at this time, y'all, this is in the 80s, I believe. 80s, maybe early 90s. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was a late 80s, early 90s. I got what you call a curl. People will make fun of me or make fun of the hairstyle, the Jerry curl. And so I went to the beauty salon, and everybody else is pretty much natural, like in my family. I don't think anybody else had any type of chemicals put on their hair. But because my mother felt like my hair was so nappy, I had bad hair, and it was so unmanageable. And then every time I gave her a hard time when I was getting my pressing, getting that straightening comb. I hated that heat. I just hated it. Oh my gosh. Black women, we have some trauma when it comes to hair. So I went to the beauty salon and I got a curl, and it was not nothing that kids was getting. It was really like a lot of adults, particularly men. A lot of men were getting curls. So you get like they put the chemicals on your hair, and they put the rollers, they roll your hair, and they spray the stuff on there. You sit in the dryer, and you instantly got some curly hair. You had to keep that curl activator on your hair to keep it moisturized or juicy, dripping. It was so many songs talking about the Jerry curl, but some it was supposed to be like it was like a cool thing. So I got a curl. I was embarrassed because no other kids had the curl or Jerry curl. I think that was like the brand. That was one of a brand name, or maybe that was the name. Period. So I got the curl, and I didn't like it. So eventually I ended up letting it grow out, and then I was like I want to perm on a I want to relaxer, because most of the other people who did not have natural hair, they had a perm. And so you can have your perm, and you can have your straight hair. So I remember when I stopped getting that curl, my hair shed real bad. It shedded real bad, and broke off really, really bad. So I ended up getting a perm. And from that on, I don't know when, I think I probably got a perm. I don't know, maybe 11, maybe around 11, I got a perm. Remember, I got the curl at 9 years old. It's just, it's a different, but it's still like chemicals in your hair. So I started my cycle. And when I started my cycle, um, I used to have really, really bad cramps. My cramps were so bad that I couldn't go to school. I would throw up. I would faint. I would be in so much pain. I was having what is now called hot flashes. And like, even though I'm in that other stage, I'm not in menopause, but I think that stage before perimenopause. I don't have like hot flashes like how I had when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, having my cycle every month. I hated it. I hated the pain. I used to take like 4 Tylenols. My mother did not take me to the doctor because she said that it was normal, it was regular. Oh, this is what you go through as a woman. Everybody has cramps. But my cramps were so bad, like I had to go to the nurse's office. It was just so bad. So I don't know what was going on there. Thank you for liking the live, Empress. I don't know what was going on within my body, but I know something was wrong because my cramps were debilitating. Whatever, I could not function. I could not do anything that first day. The second day I could cope, but that first day, that whole day, I will have a heating pad on my stomach. I have a heating pad on my womb, and I will have a fan because I'm sweating. But the heat is giving me comfort. So the heat is giving me comfort, and I'm sweating. I'm crying every single month. I was like, I mean, I love being a girl, but dang, I hated it. I hated it. And I believe that the reason why I had those bad cramps is because my mother got a curl put on my hair at 9 years old, which is too young. We shouldn't be getting them anyway, but it's too young. So I believe it's not, I mean, I know it's a fact that those chemicals that we put on our hair, they do affect our womb. So the thing about the chemicals that we put on our hair, you know, we put it on our scalp, right? Right underneath our scalp is our blood vessels. Those chemicals go directly into our bloodstream. And do you know how harmful that has to be for you talking about? endocrine disruptors, hormone disruptors, all those things. Do you know how harmful that has to be to to put some chemicals that you have that will burn you, that you have to use gloves to touch, to put that on a kid's hair at 9 years old when they're not they're still developing as a little girl, that could be considered child abuse. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's just not right. But at that time, we were in such a self-hate mode that we were just trying to do anything not to deal with our natural texture of our hair. So went through that. I've never been like a real weave girl. I did do braids. I mean, the braids with the fake hair, with the added hair. I used to do like the tracks, the track that you glue. Sometimes like if I had a hairstyle like a bob or something, I probably would glue. You know how they do that braid and then they glue. I don't know anything about weaves now. I haven't wore weaves i- in a long time. But it's no, you didn't even have to braid it. You just put that bonding glue on the track and you stick it to your scalp. That also caused my sister had a friend who had to get brain surgery. Wow, the surgeon said she had mysterious gunk. She said it came from perms. Mm, y'all, it's serious. They had to scrape it off. Oh my goodness. That's something else. And like when we do get this is off, but when we get, and this is I hate like the October, and we celebrate and really promote the breast C word. Like everybody's like, check for lumps. Prevention is key. Get your mammogram, right? Why don't we try to find out what's causing it? Why don't we ask people, hey, what kind of deodorant did you wear? Did you shave underneath your arms? What age did you get a chemical relaxer in your hair? It's like it's so many things. And these people, um, they know what causes these things. They put these toxic chemicals in this stuff and they funnel it in the black community like Johnson and Johnson. I mean, they still giving out, when you go to the hospital, they still giving out the baby shampoo, and I'm like, didn't they already say that this causes cancer? So why are they giving out this toxic baby shampoo for your babies? And it's already known, that it's not a mystery. It's known that these Johnson & Johnson products causes this stuff. Also with um what else I was gonna say? Not that count here. But anyway, I want to get back to us and our hair. And the serious thing is like it's really self-hatred. So at some point I woke up when I was a teenager. I had to be about 14. I remember just running out the room, like telling my mother and my aunt, like, I'm tired of doing this. Like it's like crack. Before everybody was like cream and crack. I'm like, this is like crack. Why do I have to keep on doing this? And y'all, I was so brainwashed to feel like first of all, I thought I was so dark until I went to Africa. And I thought my hair was so nappy, so bad, until I actually went natural and I had my friend who had so-called, oh yeah, the burns. Yes, the burns. And my friend was like, "Girl, your hair is not bad. Like, what are you talking about?" But my mother had put in my head that my hair was so nappy and it's unmanageable that you can't deal with it. So I remember was like, you know what? I am so tired of doing this, but I was doing it every week. I was like hating my natural hair so much. I used to perm my hair like every 3 weeks. Anytime that new growth started growing, I would just like start perming it because I did not want my real texture to show. And I don't even have there's no such thing really as a bad grade of hair, but I don't even have bad hair, or my hair is not unmanageable. It's not. And but I didn't never know what my real texture was until I went natural. So I was a teenager and I was like, I'm tired of doing this, even though I was still permanent. So sometimes I would I started to like go without perms for like months for a while, and I would just get braids. And braids is another thing. Like the braiding it be too tight, and the braiding can take out your hair. The the products, the pulling on it, just not being gentle with it. And like when you really think about it, it's so many women that just do not know how to do their hair. I mean, nothing to their hair. Yes, hairstylists know how to do some stuff that you can't do because you're doing like this. But somebody standing over you, of course, they can be. Yes, it's learned behavior. It's self hate, and you got to think about it. Like we went from hot combs, combing it out, basically burning our hair. Right? We went from burning our hair, which is better than permanent. And now they call it like a blow dry or something like that. I think they still do put chemicals on it, but that's better. I don't know what it's called, y'all. Is it a blowout or a perm? I mean, I think it's called it's like where they blow dry your hair straight and then they put that hot the flat iron on it to straighten it out. So we go from hot comb and having that grease sizzling on there and doing that, which is not toxic, but it's just that you're burning your hair. And I remember working in a white salon. It was like embarrassing because I had cut my hair off, so it was like a short afro, and it was a black lady in there. She was the only one in there, and she was like straight. She was I think flat ironing and stuff. And the owner, who was white, she didn't like it. She was like, "Oh, it was just burning, and it got that smell and stuff." And she was like, why her hair, why they can't wear their hair like you or whatever, whatever. People do what they want to do. Your hair, your choice, okay? Your body, your choice. That's what you want to do. It's called press. No, it's different though. It's different from what? Limited visibility. Okay. It's called it's another word. It's not pressing, but they do something where they blow dry it and they have like either a comb or a certain brush. It used to be real popular back in like the early 2000s. A lot of girls would get it. They'd be like, I know, right? I've been out the game too. So you you I cannot. It might be a blowout. I can't remember the name of it. Somebody should comment like what's the actual name of that hairstyle. So you anyway, so we went from that straightening, burning our hair to the kemp to the curl to the relaxer, and now we got the glue on wigs and stuff. And it's like y'all gotta. Nobody's like putting two and two together. I'm not trying to say that just because you have chemicals in your hair, you gonna have fibroids and need a hysterectomy. And I'm not saying that the opposite, okay? But there is a fact that there is a correlation with the chemicals that we put on our hair and womb diseases. That's a fact. So if you just look it up, and it's just another type of war, pretty much, that we have basically laid down and accepted, because all of these chemical products, we thought that certain ones was black owned and it wasn't, and all of the chemicals in there. So my hair is locked. This is my third set of locks. I've had locks for like long time, 7 8 years. They have grown down my back. So don't let the head covering fool you. And I wear head coverings for a reason. It's in my book, The Doggone Redemption and Holistic Guide to Wellness for Black Women. But and another thing with the head wraps, you are supposed to let your hair breathe. Like I'm not walking around the house like this. I don't. If I go to sleep with something like this on, if with my hair cover, it's gonna be like with a silk or satin some wrap. It's the cotton fabric, all that stuff. I may just wear it just for this, like just for this video if I'm going somewhere, but it's not like a normal thing because it dries your hair out, okay? Like the cotton and all this stuff, pillowcases looking and all that, it dries your hair out. And some people believe that our hair just don't grow, and it will grow. It does grow if you stop putting the chemicals on your hair. And I noticed it even with like the edge control. So I ain't never really been into that. Oh, I want my stuff slick and all that. But I started to buy the edge control, y'all. That's paraffin, that candle wax in there. I hated like when I did go, I wanted to just do my hair natural, but it's really hard to find someone who really knows how to do natural hair. They don't even know how to comb it. And I remember when I got some braids done, this lady was like bragging, "Oh, I'm natural too." But she just put a wig on your hair. You okay, you're natural, but you're afraid to show your hair, your real hair. And the way she was combing my hair, she braided my hair so tight. I didn't want to take it down because I had gave her all this money, so I had to take some pain medication just to go to sleep. And then you got the bumps. It's just bad. It's bad. The natural hair care industry is a mess. Like the deposits, like okay, I'm cool with the deposit, but they don't even wash your hair. They don't condition it. They want you to come in there already with your hair washed. What's the purpose of getting your hair done if you're not gonna wash and condition my hair and you charging me all these hundreds of dollars? I gotta pay a non-refundable deposit. Then when I get there, you ghetto, you eating Cheetos, you having personal conversations. I can't stand the gossip that's in the salons. Like that, it's just the talking about people. It's just horrible. Anyway, so the best thing to do, the hair growth that I noticed, like, because people tell me that my hair grows fast, and they say that everybody hair grows the same rate or whatever, whatever. But I use black soap to wash my hair. I'm trying to look for a nice uh shampoo, but that doesn't have all the chemicals in there because I noticed when I use the black soap on my hair, whether it turns liquid anyway when you put the water on it, and some natural oils, it grows so fast. I have no problem with it. But when I was getting the braids and they put all that mousse, they braid your hair so tight. So when you unbraiding, when you got to take your braids down, there go your hair, your edges, and all that off. But when I was perming my hair, and I was telling you I was perming my hair every 3 weeks, the hairstylist, which is um the Holester's wife, if you know in my book, she told me that my hair was gonna fall out. Cause I was like, every time I perm my hair, it be burning right here. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna fall out." That's when she already knew, that she was married to a PDF file. And he liked us. I've had lots of okay. Did you hear about the chemicals in the leggings? Oh yeah, the workout clothes. Yeah, it's in the workout clothes that we're supposed to be only wearing. I know cotton, 100% cotton, but we're not supposed to. I had already heard we're not supposed to wear polyester. Yep, I did hear about the chemicals in the clothes. So it's just, I just want to say that nobody's want to judge nobody on however you want to wear your hair. Is your You can do whatever you want to do. It's your hair, but we have to look at that. And also the coloring. Now I will do a permanent rinse sometimes. That's still toxic. I've never tried henna. I need to try henna, but if you I'll do like that rinse, what they call a rinse semi permanent, where it'll just wash out. But permanent, I've never said never, but I don't think I'll ever like perm my hair. I've also used this clay to color my hair. I'll do like a clay or a rinse. But as far as like dyes and stuff, like permanent dyes and bleaching, your hair is going to affect your womb. It's going to affect you. And even if I do like the semi rinse, it'll probably be maybe twice a year, not long, because I know that it's not healthy for my hair. I can totally tell it dries it out. But that's just something I'll do if I want to change up a little bit. So yeah, we got to start looking at that. And if there's another thing, like a lot of women I know who did hair for years, they have womb problems. And when I say womb, it ain't just one thing, it's everything. PCOS, endometriosis, and ovarian and fibroids. Might even have ovarian cysts too. Like, so we got to really pay attention to the stuff that we are putting on our hair. And natural should not be a trend. It's who we are. And yes, you know, wearing, I think, wearing wigs every now and then and the weave, that's cool. But when it's to the point where you can't even leave your house without a wig on, that's like, wow, you don't even like your hair at all. It's like people who can never go outside without makeup on. And I know people like that, and that's what they want to do. But wigs used to be for older women, or like the C word patients. I don't know why they just flagged my video on TikTok. I don't know if it's because I said the C word. I think it's because I said the C word, because it said it's been restricted. I don't know what that's about. If somebody reported my stuff or what. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. But you know, the wigs were supposed to be for people who are really losing their hair, like people with alopecia, people with the C word, going through the stuff that they go through that make their hair fall out, and or like for acting like a play or something like that. And then makeup was really, this is, I'm talking about like before makeup was used for, I somebody said makeup is used for unalive people. I do like my face to be made up sometimes. I do like the way you feel and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna keep that stuff. And they got the natural, it's I don't know. But anyway, I don't think it should be a daily thing. I just think that it should be something that you do now and then, because then you start getting to the point where it's like self-hatred. It's like, yeah, if you have a drink every now and then, but if you're drinking every day excessively, it starts to look a little different. So we need to start making more natural products that really work. Even like deodorant, like I'm trying to find a natural, I'm like a natural deodorant. I've been trying to find a natural deodorant that'll work for my child. We're playing sports, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want none of that natural deodorant. Give me the chemicals and stuff." But so I'm really needs to get like a natural deodorant that really works in 100-degree weather. But we know that there's some internal cleansing that needs to be done and all that type of stuff, so there's not going to be an odor. But that's pretty much like all. You know what? I haven't tried them. Do I need to order it? I met a vendor. I met a vendor in Houston. She said her stuff. Okay. Okay. Well, I have to go to Target. I met a vendor in Houston. She said that her stuff worked. But I had met a vendor before, and I asked them, I said, so if I buy this stuff, I'm not gonna be musty? He was like, yeah, boo. That stuff was not working. And I know that it is about like what you eat and stuff. So is it working for your son who's in puberty? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Arizona heat be serious. Arizona, Las Vegas, yeah, that heat be serious. So, okay. I'm gonna have to try it. I be sleeping on Tarjay. I need to go and get that and see. What kind is it? Is it a certain kind or just all of them work? Like, is it a certain fragrance that you get? I know if they got the recipe, they got the recipe. Oh, really? They have a kids version. Okay, it's only two. Well, that's good to know. And I can go get that like tomorrow. Well, it's supposed to get, I've been staying in. It's supposed to freeze. We supposed to get some snow. We'll see. I probably need to do it before then. Before I'm still like in my hibernating stage. I just ain't even really want to go out for nothing. Like I don't even want to go to the grocery store. I'm really loving this season. I just did my herbal bath. I just did my herbal bath. I did my clay wrap and took my shower and I'm getting ready to go to bed. I just popped on some earrings because I was looking real homely, like, with this on. But I'm going to take this off. Oh, thank you for telling me about that. I have heard about them and I think I even follow them on Instagram. And I know that they're black owned too. Play pits. All right, that was really it. I didn't really want to talk about nothing else, but I know that doing hair for years it does affect your womb because it's too many people that I know that remember we talking about a lot of women walking around here, a lot of black women walking around here with no womb, and it's just because they really feel like they don't have no choice. Like maybe the womb issue is causing a lot of pain, and pain will cause you to get a surgery and get some stuff taken out. I'm not a big, I did have my babies natural, but I ain't a person who just trying to just do the whole just take the pain. So, uh so when it comes on here invite, is it because somebody wants to come on here? I don't mind. I don't know. Is that why we have is that I'm new to this going live on Instagram. I was trying to add you, Empress. I don't know how to because that's pretty much all I had to say about it. And I'm doing my special, you guys know. New Year, New Yoni. I was trying to invite you. I don't even know how to do it. Thank you. Thank you for coming up. Thank you. All right. Have a good evening.